Thank you for watching reviews where we test the high before you buy. Today I'm doing a quick review on this super dope live diamond disposable vaporizer. This is the Bubblegum Popperz. This was $50 out the door at the dispensary I bought it at, but I have seen these go for upwards of $70 at other dispensaries, which is honestly pretty insane for a gram cart that's live diamonds. If it's good, we can justify that price. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys, I have not heard the best things about these carts going into them. All of that is just hearsay until I formulate my own opinion. Now, this vaporizer contains single source cured resin, sauce, and diamonds extracted from their flower grown at their facility. It has a dual ceramic coil for cleaner resin vaporization. It has a discreet design, which obviously that's like the main selling point to me, if you ask me, of this disposable, is this cool miniature vape design that it has. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but I want to make sure I give you a good look. You can kind of see the actual live diamonds in there, but yeah, you can't remove it or anything like that. It is rechargeable. I will knock a few points off for being micro USB as opposed to USB-C. I just feel like at this point in 2023, all of the disposables that we get should be USB-C, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. For these disposables being as expensive as they are, especially in some dispensaries, I mean, I guess in my case, $50 isn't too bad as long as it's smacking, right? But for $70, I expect not only for this to be tasty, but I expect this to be a heavy hitting disposable vape as well. And unfortunately, I'm here to report that that is absolutely not the case when it comes to the super dope live diamond disposable vaporizer. I'm extremely disappointed. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Super Dope's flower. I mean, I've had the Bubblegum Popperz in flower form, and I gotta say, not only is it beautiful looking, but it has an incredible taste, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But when it came down to this vaporizer, it is severely lacking in the terp department. I mean, I would literally give it a 0 on taste, except I do get slight floral notes on the exhale, but it's almost non-existent. It almost feels like I'm just inhaling air. I will say this, it doesn't have a nasty or harsh aftertaste like some other vapes do, which I appreciate. However, I'm not getting any terps, especially from a strain like Bubblegum Popperz. I was hoping and wishing to get the same terps I got from the flower on this particular vape, but I'm not, unfortunately. My biggest beef with this vape here is the hardware. Basically what I'm saying is, although it's a really cool, sleek design, I feel like it does not produce enough clouds. I'm not getting a proper hit. It overheats quickly. And at this point, I'm not even halfway through it. I mean, I've barely been able to smoke any of it, to be honest with you. And it already tastes burnt. It's like I've already burnt the terps, even though there was barely any terps. Now I'm tasting burnt because it's just not heating up. So I feel the need to keep on trying to take a draw. And unfortunately, all it's doing is making the battery hotter, burning my terps, and I'm getting just very light clouds. And the little taste on my mouth now is like burnt floral notes. You know what I mean? So that is extremely disappointing, and that's a huge letdown if I'm being honest. So major loss on my part. I almost feel like I wasted my money. I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. So cheers. Nothing. Literally. Now, somebody told me I can hold the carb cap here in the bottom and that it should be able to help. Let's try it. Again, the battery is already getting hot in this particular area, and I'm not able to produce any clouds. So that's extremely disappointing. Now, I will say this. Initially, when I picked this cart up last night on the way home, the first 5-6 hits were perfectly fine. Obviously, they didn't taste well. Like I said, they're lacking severely on taste. However, I was able to produce some decent clouds, and I was able to feel a head change after those first 5 hits or so, and I actually had some high hopes about it. But fast forward to later on that night, I felt like it wasn't hitting no more, so I assumed the battery was dead, and so I charged it all night. I was trying to hit it all morning. I was able to get maybe a couple of hits that were like decent, because again, it's not producing clouds, and then it started flashing on me like it was a dead battery, even though I charged it all night. After like 15 minutes of trying to use it, I let it charge up fully again, and here we are, unable to produce a proper hit. You know, again, very disappointing. Super dope. Love you guys. However, I feel like you gotta do something about this hardware. I love the design, but there has to be a way you guys can make those improvements. The hardware just has some failure points, in my opinion, that are preventing you guys from having a really solid project. Now, I've gotten people tell me that they've had a ton of these leak on them. Side note, mine actually started leaking also, which is extremely disappointing because I'm barely able to get any hits out of it. And I made sure that I did not have this thing sitting anything but upright, and it still managed to leak. I think because it keeps overheating. Unfortunately, again, very bad hardware. I hate to say it. I've had people tell me the same thing that I'm experiencing, that it does not produce clouds. You can't properly get a proper hit or get high. And then, of course, that it's lacking taste. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm very disappointed. I don't think you guys should waste your money on these. With that being said, thank you for watching reviews where we test the high before you buy. Make sure you give us a like, comment, and subscribe. A lot of the content that we upload does get age restricted, so if you haven't seen new videos from us in a while, go to the channel, check out all the dope content we've uploaded recently, because most of it is getting age restricted and we're not getting notifications pushed out, unfortunately. So make sure you turn on those post notifications, and thank you for rocking with us. See you next time.